Hey there guys, what's up and welcome back to Footleaks. Football fans will throw an infinite list of excuses at you as to why they support the team they do, whether for reasons of geography, history, or even glory. When it comes to Chelsea, it's no different except for all the reasons that Blues lovers might think about. Here is how Chelsea is becoming unstoppable. Number 9, King's Road. In the past and current, some crazy parties have been seen as Chelsea celebrated success, but King's Road is popular for a lot more. It has a long, glamorous history, just a stone's throw away from Stamford Bridge, that has seen movie stars and musicians visit its restaurants, bars, and boutiques. It adds to Chelsea an aspect of glamour that's not necessarily found in other clubs, and with that comes mystique from their rivals and an air of jealousy. Since the early days of the club, the King's Path has been a part of the Chelsea cloth and remains a core part of Chelsea's iconography to this day. Number 8, the Three Amigos. It might not be every week that we see the Three Amigos in motion at the same time this year, with Chelsea improving over the summer. But we can be sure that Juan Mata, Oscar, and Eden Hazard can keep the Blues fans on the edge of their seats, whether individually or as a group. Football is about arousal, moments that leave us gasping for air, and the Three Amigos are taking this to Chelsea and more. English football, as well as Chelsea supporters, should be grateful for the fact that talented stars such as them call the Premier League their home. Number 7, new players. Chelsea has been genuinely very busy in the transfer market already. With the signing of Zeke, there's much talking about what wonders are coming next. Whether it's a new defender or a new goalkeeper, Chelsea never stops in trying to recruit new players, especially if they're young and full of potential. Chelsea has always been the busiest team in football, with the number of talks going on to take new players every time. It'll go on to be a revamped squad of sorts, and this gives Chelsea to be proper contenders every year. Number 6, tactics of board. After nearly guiding them to Champions League glory a couple of years back, it was time for Ziyech to move on and take the next step in his playing career, but it still came as a shock to a few people when the gifted player signed for Chelsea. The Blues had been quietly going about their business and without letting anything add to the rumor mill, quickly sealed a deal for one of the most talented players in the game today. In fact, Ziyech may even go as far as Riyad Mahrez. And then there came Timo Werner. The German agreed to join the Blues before the previous season had concluded during his time at RB Leipzig. Chelsea has already positioned itself as the best in the game due to the players' great speed, dribbling ability, and a willingness to test the goalkeeper from all possible angles. Talking about taking the best players of all time into the team, Chelsea has already beaten some of the biggest clubs to the signing of another young German talent touted for major individual honors in the coming years. Kai Habert, one of the most famous players of Chelsea, is a very young player, but how he's been playing for the team belies his young age. The talented forward is as versatile as they come, filling in a wide variety of attacking roles. Moreover, Chelsea, getting inspired by his transfer record, decided to bring in the German international, who is another player with immense potential. Defense has been Chelsea's Achilles heel in the last 12 months. Cesar Azpilicueta has been slotted in as a center back from time to time, which goes on to show you the amount of trust Lampard has in the likes of Andreas Christensen. Chelsea always pays a hefty amount to bring young talent to their team. Number 5, squad depth. The main thing behind the outstanding success of Chelsea is their squad depth. There's a real squad depth in different positions with everything going on. They've got a lot of players in certain positions, which is going to leave a question: are they going to leave? Also, it'll push players to the next level because breaking into the Chelsea squad is going to be very difficult next year. This season, Georgina has already hinted at leaving after he's pretty much being frozen out, and in this position, you can't really blame him. William had a 3-year contract with the team, which is also extended. The defense is also pretty interesting. People say that Chelsea needs to revamp their defense, but there are so many players in and around that position. Then there's also Rudy, who has shined through and through. Number 4, Peter Osgood. Peter Osgood was not only one of Chelsea's finest stars, he was also one of the finest players of his generation. The guy they call the King of Stamford Bridge came to Chelsea from the ranks, with manager Tommy Docherty offering the young man his chance to shine in the 1960s in the first team. He scored 150 blue goals, with his most important coming in the final replay of the 1970 FA Cup when he clawed Chelsea back into the game against Leeds United, while in the 1971 European Cup Winners' Cup final, he also netted against Real Madrid. With Osgood playing a crucial role, Chelsea won both trophies. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2006, and although his ashes are buried in front of the shed end under the penalty spot, there's also a statue of Osgood confidently standing outside the West End. Number 3, home ground. There's no place like home, or so the saying goes. That couldn't be any more real where Chelsea is concerned. Since their foundation in 1905, the Blues have called Stamford Bridge their home, and since then, they have played every competitive home game over there, whether it was for the league or the cup. Not only that, but through the Chelsea Pitch Owners Association, fans also own the playing surface graced by their heroes every week. Number 2, Champions League 2012. Arsenal supporters, Spurs, West Ham, Fulham, and the others are looking better off today. But no one will equal Chelsea's achievement in winning the Champions League trophy in 2012, with all the prosperity clubs in London have achieved throughout the 150-year history of football in England. They were the first London club to do it, and with the way things are shaping up across the continent right now, it could be a long time before any of their rivals get a realistic shot to emulate their success. Number 1, best players. Not many clubs, not just in London, but in all of Europe, can claim to have played the part Chelsea has in defining the modern game today. The Russian influence has seen football's popularity and attractiveness to new heights since Roman Abramovich took charge of Chelsea in 2003. Yeah, certain facets of the transition could be looked at with a cynical eye, but the positives that preceded Abramovich are not in question. The Russian has poured millions into the game, filtering through various levels of football. For example, the signing of Joe Cole and Glenn Johnson from West Ham United in 2003 all but held the club alive after relegation. The interest in Premier League football has also risen dramatically in the past decade. Not only that, but from a national viewpoint, and with it has the attraction to the extent that it is considered as the world's #1 league. It is not solely down to Abramovich, of course, but he has played an integral part for the most of it. Give us your best defining moments of the Chelsea group in the comments section below, while also hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel to have access to more juicy football content in the future. Until next time, guys, take care and goodbye.